The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Celebrity beauty treatments can be expensive and sometimes a bit odd. This one is both. Penis facials. That's the nickname of a New York City salon treatment called the Hollywood EGF facial because the secret ingredient is an enzyme derived from the cells of Korean newborn baby foreskin. So, why are stars like Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett shelling out $650 for this facial? Because I guess they can.
Well, so the rationale is the EGF, and the name of that facial stands for epidermal growth factor. And this is basically derived from that penile foreskin from those newborns that have been circumcised in Korea. And they draw out these stem cells, and the idea is these peptides stimulate collagen and elastin, and it's part of this facial where they're doing a cleanse and then a chemical peel. Then they're actually doing something called microneedling, which is where you take clean stainless steel, little tiny needles, open up the barrier of the skin, and then apply this epidermal growth factor serum on top.
First of all, this has nothing to do with the fact that it's Korean, right? It has nothing to do with the fact that it's foreskins. It's just like available tissue.
But interestingly, this idea is not new. It's actually the whole concept behind a very popular, very high-end skincare line, where they've been doing this for years, where the idea is it's this protein or peptide-based growth factors, and the way they've purified it takes out the allergenic or the part that's likely to stimulate a response. So it's really interesting. In fact, there's a 2-year wait list, even if you're willing to shell out the $650 for this facial, apparently at this one salon in New York, in dermatology and plastic surgery. And this is all actually borrowed from the orthopedic surgery literature, where we were using people's own stem cells and growth factors to restore joints and tendons very successfully. That technology has now been co-opted and brought over to stimulate people's own collagen and elastin, because we do lose it as we age. That's what causes the sagging and the wrinkles and the volume loss. So we're all trying to get towards more quote-unquote natural ways to restore it rather than injecting a lot of external fillers. Now, this is a far cry from that. We don't know how efficacious it is. We don't know how much of it is absorbed, but at least the EGF or the epidermal growth factor is the rationale behind why.
So you might like pink
their skin
facial.
looks pretty good in those photos, of course.
But listen, I'm going to be Dr. Wah-Wah again, because when I had knee problems, and I went to a couple of really great orthopedic surgeons, and I got the platelet-rich plasma, did nothing, seriously. You know, so I don't know. I'm always very skeptical about this, because I thought stem cells, you have to go almost like in your bone marrow for it to work. But hey, you got the dough. Go to the show.